Right, hello everybody. Today I will be doing a total lookup of all of the flies I own. I'm going to try and keep it short, but there's a lot of flies, so I'll do what I can. Starting over here, I've got the Trout Unlimited box they send you for becoming a member. I've got 12 of the most popular flies. I've tied up lots of the ones in there, so great place to get a sampling if you don't know what to use. Down here, I've got some blue woolly buggers, bead-headed, pretty large, size 4 hooks, and a pistol Pete also in there. That box is full of them. Over here I've got my chironomid pattern, and I like fishing it in lakes because that's the most common insect in a lake, and the trout really like it. So I've got 10 of those for Ontero, 11 Mile, that kind of thing. Here are my really tiny midges. They're size 28. I have 2 dries and 8 others that are just kind of there. They'll they won't really sink, but they'll suspend. So those are strictly for winter fishing. I won't fish them during the summer. Here I've got one of my own patterns. It's kind of a mix between a copper john and a prince nymph. Hopefully you can see that pretty well, but I've got 10 of those, so that's that. Here I've got my wet flies and some spiders for panfish. Those are going to work really well for the bluegill at Chatfield this year. So I've got 5 of each of that kind. Here are my hoppers. I've got 10 of each of the types. Here I've just got your basic hopper. It's got, it's basically a Chernobyl ant with a few twists to it. So I've got those, and then I've got them in high vis here too with that, with the yellow foam right there. That can work well if you are in the right water conditions and can't see or fly well. Here I have some pre-hatched caddis, great at Bear Creek. I tie them one in fluorescent and one in a natural green color. Got 20 total of those, 10 of each. And here is my mysis shrimp pattern, my newest pattern. I made it and tied up 5 of those. They take a long time to tie. They're one of my favorite patterns, but yeah, so I've got those. All of the patterns I'll be showing you today, some of them are mixed, but most of them are my own patterns, and I tie them exclusively on my own. In this box here, I've got crayfish. I've got 5 of them, and those will work really well for carp or bass. Not my first choice for trout by any means, but, great flies. Got them from Hook Fly Fishing. Go down and check them out if you need flies. They got some great stuff. Here we have the remaining flies from last year's season. Some San Juans, pheasant tails, buckskins, RS2s, prince nymphs, and of course stimulators, elk hair caddis, PMD, and blue-winged olive. Alright, now getting into some more of the stuff I have tied up in quantity. I've got black beauties in here. So here's black beauties. Some prince nymphs over here. More of those red midge larvae. Moving down, more prince nymphs, zebra midges, and red and black midges there. Here I've got clouser minnows, some hoppers, and right over here the slump buster, 2 stimulators, and then a row of San Juans. Pretty well covers that side. This is kind of just my various ones, some patterns I was messing around with, some egg-sucking leech, various ones that I've found at different lakes. Alright, real quick before we move on, I wanted to show you this fly. It is my stonefly pattern. It's one of my newer flies. I was just kind of messing around and designed it here. There we go. It's a pretty simple pattern and uses a special kind of hackle. I think it's going to work really well this year, and I put a lot of trust in it. So going up here, I've got my alpha stoneflies up here, some black stoneflies, and some different ones here. You can find my alpha stonefly tutorial on YouTube under my channel. I've got some golden stoneflies, and then some brassies, Griffiths gnats, and some more of the stuff you've already seen. So I won't go over that any longer. And here is my really good box. This is where I put my best flies, the ones I'll use on the prime rivers. So I'm going to just go down from top to bottom. I've got 2 random prince nymphs right here. Going down here, I have my different mayfly and stonefly variants that aren't in my other box. Those are all my own patterns. I, invented them all. I suspect they're going to work well, so I'll put a lot of trust into them. And then the last row over here is the same nymphs. but they're just tied smaller to provide a little bit of a different presentation. Here we have a row of ginny midges, especially for the conditions of water and now the real low conditions. That would be a fly I might consider going to under these conditions. Here I've got some realistic caddis pupa in this top row up here, in 2 different sizes. And, you know, I may put those on, but I'd prefer the caddis pupa I've got here, the shiny ones, a lot more, because I think they're just a little bit more attractive and will catch more fish. So here I've got a row of copper johns. I've got 1 green, 5 blue, and 5 gold. You can't see one of the gold because it's over here. But those are my copper johns. I don't take very much time to tie them, but I think they look well enough to catch fish. This one in the middle here had something happen with his tail, so I'll use that at a pond. I don't want to use that in a good stream because I'd catch more with one with a good tail. So here I've got lightning bugs, one of my favorite patterns for these winter conditions. Really like them. Think they're going to catch a lot of fish. They're tied in a pretty big size. I think they're 18s, which for this time of year is big. Down here I've got another one of my custom, I guess it's a Prince Nymph variant more than anything else. Yeah. Here I've got WD-40s, size 20. Nothing special. Rainbow Warriors, size 16. 2 grasshoppers. Then I've got some various streamers, really cool Clouser minnow that one of the guys at Hook Fly Fishing taught me how to tie. One of the best Clouser minnows I've ever seen. It really looks killer when you get it all tied up and looking good. Over here I've got some of my specialty flies, which I'm not going into yet. I may put up a video later. No guarantees. Here I've got my Prince Nymphs that I like to tie a little bit more than your standard Prince Nymph pattern, and an attempt at a size 22 copper john. Didn't go well. Slump busters all the way down. And again, the red you see is part of a specialty fly. I'm not going into that. Here, those are my Nymph Emergers. It's my own pattern again. I really like them. You know, I put those on a lot. And here I've got a Psycho Prince Nymph, very large, used as an attractor pattern. And then, last but not least, I have some 18 Rainbow Warriors tied with silver thread instead of the red thread. So that's my main box. It's got my favorite flies. One last part, I've got a full Hook Fly Fishing disc box of eggs. It's got over 120 eggs in it. It's just stuffed. I've got some ones with the bead head and flashy tail, some just, you know, tricolor eggs, and just some with the flash. I've got some chenille eggs. That's what these 2 top ones are. I've got a lot, just all kinds of different patterns. I mean, it's stuffed. It's got, I don't know, 80 to 100 eggs in here. Yeah, so a lot of the stuff in my boxes are custom patterns, like all of these over here. Any of those are all my custom patterns. The Chronomids, the Woolly Buggers, and I have some specialty patterns that are my own too. So if you want a video on that, just send me a message, tell me what fly you want to see on, and I'll post a tutorial video on that. And yeah, so if you are looking to get out fishing or get some supplies, I strongly recommend Hook Fly Fishing. Great people over there. Shannon, Rob, their head guide, Shannon's co-owner. Rob taught me how to tie the excellent McFly foam eggs, one of his patterns the best. And he also taught me how to tie his Clouser minnow, which is absolutely killer. But, you know, go on down to Hook. They want you to be there. They'll get you into lots of fish if you book a guided trip with them. And they have good gear, quality flies, and they'll hook you up. So head on down there if you need anything fly fishing. And I'll post another video sometime soon.